I've been caretaker of the cosmic pond for eons, and every time I come back to visit Earth, you've all moved on and forgotten me. I always forget how short the lives of humans are. So, let me tell you about how this fishy became caretaker of the cosmic pond. My life was normal, mundane even. I was a simple goldfish in a simple pond, and every night I would look up at the stars, dreaming of what it would be like to swim among them. Every day was the same, until one night, that fateful night, I saw a dragon fly across the sky. It was absolutely amazing, like magic itself personified. I was in awe. The next day I had a visitor. I remember him well. He was a traveler resting by the edge of my pond, hiding from the summer heat in the shade of a large tree. I didn't get visitors very often, especially not ones who could understand me, so I struck up a conversation and I told him about the dragon I had seen and how I wanted to swim among the stars. In turn, he told me about a legend, one where a simple carp could become a mystical dragon if they proved themselves by swimming up the mighty Dragon Falls. It was a huge waterfall said to be the gateway to the land of the dragons. I remember getting so excited while listening to his story. Goldfish come from carp, I had thought. If they can do it, so can I. My mind was made up. I would swim up the river that fed into my pond, find the waterfall, and become a dragon myself. And so I did, without even a second thought. I had already set off on the journey that would change my fate forever. The only problem was, I was very lost. I had never left my pond before, let alone ever seen a waterfall. Had I passed it at some point? What way did I come from again? It's supposed to be big, right? I couldn't have missed it. Thankfully, a kind beta fish asked me if I was okay, and after explaining that I was looking for the Dragon Falls, he offered to show me the way. I don't know how long we swam for, but eventually, we made it to the falls. And it was bigger than I ever could have imagined. I remember doubting for a moment if my fragile fins could carry me up the impressive structure, but I pushed the thought from my mind and started swimming as hard as I could. Hours later, my fins ached from the strain of fighting the never-ending downpour, and regardless of how much I tried, I hadn't made any progress. At some point, the beta fish had slipped away, no longer cheering me on. It made me sad, but I didn't really blame him, you know? What I learned much later was that that little beta wasn't just an ordinary fish. He was an emissary for the dragons, guiding would-be challengers to the falls. And he had left me to go see the Council of Dragons and ask that an exception be made. I wasn't strong enough to make the climb on my own, but he said that I had heart and determination and the will to never give up, and he believed that that was enough to warrant my ascension. The Jade Dragon, leader of the council, refused him, but after seeing my efforts for himself, agreed that I did deserve something. Before I knew it, I was in a bubble of water, floating up the crest of the Dragon Falls. And standing before me was the Jade Dragon himself. He explained that I could not become a dragon, for I had failed the task of ascension, but that he would grant me a single wish for my efforts. I wanted to swim among the stars. There was no hesitation in my voice back then. That's what I had wanted all along anyways. Becoming a dragon was just the only way I knew how to do it. He agreed and offered to make me the celestial caretaker, tasked with maintaining balance and health in our galaxy. I would have my wish, but in return, I would be sent back to the conception of space itself, to cultivate our cosmic home into its present form, and protect it from harm. I agreed. There wasn't anything tying me to this time period anyways, and I could finally live out my dream. I never expected caring for the cosmic pond would be so fulfilling though, or that I would make so many friends along the way. Especially you, my little fishies. I just hope that this time you'll be able to remember me. But even if you can't, don't worry about it. I'll be happy to tell you my story again.